I was 6 years old, lived in a very poor neighborhood where no TV was around, and there was a guy that came to live right by my house to study, and I've seen him practicing on the beach every day, and I was curious because those movements were very, very unusual, and he realized that I'm stubborn as far as coming and watching, and he started teaching me. And by age of 9, I became a black belt. Then I wanted to be an actor, but I was so poor that I couldn't go to the first private school in Israel that taught acting. So I had to give up on that career. Once you have an idea in your head and you really want to do it, as a kid, most likely you're going to face it down the line in the future. So when I got to the United States, I was 25 at the time. I wanted to learn karate from the best in the world, and that's how I got another black belt from Chuck Norris, and I met Mike Stone, who was a world champion at the time, and I took a few private lessons from him. And together we came up with the idea of creating ninja movies. From the very beginning, the concept ninja was known to very few of us. Japan, of course, knew about it, but the rest of the world knew very little about it. So in a way, aside of being a partner of the movie, we were the movie because you couldn't make a ninja movie with somebody who does not know anything about the ninja. It's not, let's shoot another horror movie. We brought all the fight sequences and the mentality of a ninja under certain circumstances, the reaction and so on. But we also got involved into the action sequences which involve stunts. I thought that the ninja character is a fascinating character, their ability of surviving, mingling, living in the worst condition that you could, and being silenced about it. So the whole concept of a ninja really struck me as an incredible hero. Sure enough, we got to do the first one, and the whole world know now about ninja, but the character itself was a fascinating character. Mike Stone and me wrote the script, entered the ninja, and I was pretty new in the United States, and we had to go around many studios to see if they will do this new concept. Lucky enough, Menachem Golan and Yoram Globus, two Israeli producers who were very successful in Israel, have decided to open a studio in Los Angeles. And they liked the idea very much. Mike Stone was supposed to star in the movie. I was supposed to be the bad guy. But I realized that acting is no longer good for me because it's a different language. And especially I had to play a Japanese and all that. So I gave up on that, and we had to find somebody else, which we found Sho Kusugi.
Yeah.
Sho was a great martial artist, really an artist. And I could say that he's probably one of the best martial artists that I ever met. He had also a very good acting ability and to transform that martial art on a screen to something a little bit more than just another guy with a black belt. I recognize his skills and recommended to Menachem Golan to make a star out of a show, which he agreed, and we moved on to Revenge of the Ninja, where Sho have the leading role, Menachem. He had the gut feeling that this concept is gonna really go well. The kind of a movie that was Ninja 3. In my mind, the concept of ninja was this warrior that really did live at the time in Japan. So Sho and me were not happy about going into a ninja movie with possessions and all of that. But it turned out to be okay. He was very attached to his culture, and he tried to protect the ninja concept as much as possible. And obviously was out of nowhere to come with this concept, aside from the fact that he didn't get to play the main role. So combining those two, he was not happy about. The possession element was introduced to something that we tried to make it more real, close to reality as far as possible. And the second, that he was pushed back to play a bad ninja. You're working with dangerous weapons, dangerous environment, whether it's ninja weapons or you do the action sequences. I remember there were a lot of fight scenes that we had to repeat again and again. Luckily enough, we didn't have any injuries because it's quite dangerous to work with weapons. Some of them are almost live weapon, if I may say. And Sam Furstenberg knew nothing about the subject, but he was very much in love with the whole ninja character and was very enthusiastic, and he was really surprised to see our capability on the set, doing fight scenes. And he was very excited that he wanted to reshoot again and again and again all kind of angles of the fighting scene. Sam brought into the movie more soul, I would say, rather than just another action picture. He would really take his time, beside of covering the fight scenes tremendously, time after time. He would take time on those emotional moments, and especially on the building up the suspense and building up the emotion for revenge. So Sam did a great job with the movie for being a new genre for him. Steve Lambert is a great stunt coordinator, very brave, had a great vision, and knew how to execute this vision. So we would sit around and throw ideas about how to get the ninja from one place to another, and bringing the standard, I would say not the standard, but the most common stunts that we could do that was not really our field. And then that's where Steve will come in and come up with ideas to get us from point A to point B through an action sequence, whether it's vehicle, jumping, fire, or whatever the case may be. Lucinda was not a martial artist, she was an actress. And as funny as it may sound, I doubled her throughout the movie. I did all the fighting for her. You have a ninja uniform and all you see is the eyes, so with the exception of the close-up, that she would assume that role. Some angles we needed to show that it's her and not me inside those uniforms. So I've trained her before the movie started, during the movie, and she was quite good at it, to adapt. And as the movie progressed, she could handle some of the fight almost on her own from beginning to end, which was amazing.
What the? Yeah! Your mother! I'll kill you, you son of a bitch!
In retrospective, the movie did perform well. So I don't think it was a wrong idea to make a ninja movie with possession if you're looking at it from the box office results. I thought that Revenge of the Ninja was the better movie out of the three. Ninja 3 to me was, by priority, I would say, the third one. As a movie maker, We try to predict what's going to be liked by audience. And when I found out that Ninja 3 become a cult, it kind of surprised me. I knew that the ninja subject was loved, and at least a couple generations have grown up on those kind of movies. But for a movie to become a cult, that's kind of surprising.